At the onset of spring, nature and humans celebrate with colors together. This celebration for Indians is an expression of gratitude towards the powers of nature. These powers are Devtas. But who are these Devtas? Amarkosh, one of the oldest dictionaries of Sanskrit, gives many synonyms for Devta. The first two are Amar, the immortal, and Nirjhar, that which does not decay. Devtas are different forms of our consciousness. Consciousness is immortal. Therefore, Devtas are immortal. And consciousness never decays. Therefore, Devtas never get old. Now you know why Devtas are always shown as youthful. In Sanskrit, the origin of words is very logical and scientific. Rishis composed a treatise called Nirukta to explain the origin of Vedic words. Rishi Yask in his Nirukta explains the origin of the word Deva as Devodanadva, Tyonadva, Deepnadva, meaning the nourishing powers are Devtas, self-illuminating powers are Devtas, and energy-giving sources are Devtas. According to the Mahabharata, the characteristic of the Devta is light. Devtas illuminate our intellect, emotions, and senses with knowledge. That is why they are experienced indirectly. We cannot see Devtas, but they are always watching us closely. The Veda says there are 33 types of Devtas. This human body is not ours alone, but a dwelling place of many Devtas. The earth is the Devta of our body. The sun is the Devta of eyes. The moon of our emotions. Fire is the Devta of digestion, and so on. Veda says that the relation between humans and Devtas is that of equals. Both nurture each other. The divine powers of nature nourish human beings, and in turn, humans make offerings with reverence. This is known as yajna. But for both, only physical nourishment is not enough. Tapa, penance, and dhyana, meditation, also nurture them mutually. When the Buddha and Mahavir did tapas, Devtas showered flowers on them. It is said that when Devtas are pleased with the good deeds of humans, they shower flowers on earth. Humans and Devtas nurture their emotional well-being through kalas and vidyas, arts and knowledge. Devtas are formless, but want to take forms. So they appear in the minds of artists and take form in stones through their hands. In India, there was never a time in history when the idols of Devtas were not worshipped. Idol worship is one of the longest continuities of India. In spite of the Gyan of the Upanishads and meditation of the Shramans, Hindus have always worshipped Devtas in nature and in stone. This world is perceived by a name and a form. When the name and form of a Devta expresses itself in stone or wood, it becomes a Devta personified. This is known as Archa Avatar, manifestation of a deity to worship. The idol itself is not the Devta. Devta is in the form. Devta is in the bhav of the form.